Red Dead Redemption 2, it's a game that stays with you, right?
Definitely. And not just because you've sunk hundreds of hours into it.
No, not just that. Chapters 3 and 4 especially. They pack an emotional punch.
Yeah, they really get under your skin.
So we're diving deep into those chapters today. Survival, loyalty, morality, when the world's gone haywire.
Right, it's heavy stuff.
We're talking Grizzlies East, brutal wilderness, then boom, Saint Denis.
Quite a shift.
Yeah, from freezing your butt off to dodging fancy carriages. Two very different kinds of pressure cookers.
Absolutely.
And we've got some great sources that get into all of it. I mean, Grizzlies East alone, it's described as remote, rugged, full of dangerous wildlife.
You really feel it, too. Like, just playing that section, you're tense, on edge.
The game mechanics, too, right? Hunting to survive, every
Right.
bullet counts.
Exactly. It's not just set dressing. You're forced to engage with that struggle to survive.
Yeah.
Every decision matters.
And it wears on Arthur. Big time.
Yeah.
You go from this outlaw who seems so sure of himself
Right.
to doubting everything. This place is a nightmare, he says. We can't keep fighting like this.
The cracks are starting to show in Dutch, in the gang, in their whole way of life.
He's seeing what it's costing them. This survival at all costs mentality.
And you feel it, too, as the player. You're the one making those choices for Arthur, pulling the trigger.
Have you ever had to question a group you were a part of, even if you believed in what they were doing at first?
Yeah, it makes you think.
That's what Arthur's going through, but times 10. And just when you think it can't get any more intense, they switch it up on you.
Out of the frying pan, right?
Yeah, you said it. Grizzlies East fades away, and suddenly, bam, it's Saint Denis.
All different world.
Gaslight and cobblestones instead of blizzards and bears.
But is it really that different, though? That's the question.
Good point. Our sources describe Saint Denis as this bustling city, this criminal underworld.
They use the words violence and crime, even. So, yeah, maybe not so different after all.
Traded one kind of wild for another. And the gang. It's not just about survival anymore. They're playing a bigger game now. Power, money.
Ambition rears its ugly head.
You know that survival of the fittest mentality from Grizzlies East?
Yeah.
Doesn't just disappear because they're wearing nicer clothes now?
Right. It's like they brought the wilderness with them. Just a different jungle, you know?
Exactly. The gang war with the Irish mob. That's a perfect example.
Oh, for sure.
Total chaos. You can practically hear Arthur thinking, this is madness. We're just pawns in their game.
He sees it, that cycle of violence.
They're repeating the same mistakes.
And this is where Red Dead Redemption 2, it really gets you. As a player,
How so?
you're making those choices. For Arthur, you're the one pulling the trigger.
It's easy to forget that sometimes. Get caught up in the action.
Right, but those consequences, they're on you too.
It makes you think, that's for sure.
It's like the game holds up a mirror, makes you ask yourself, how far would I go?
And it takes a toll on Arthur. All of it. You see it in his face, the weight of those choices.
It's like he's carrying the weight of the whole gang on his shoulders. Trying to find a way out, but...
But is there a way out? I mean, can you really outrun your past, the things you've done?
Right. One quote from the source material really stuck with me. This is a dead end. I have to find a way out. It's like that realization hits Arthur like a punch to the gut.
You could almost feel his desperation, trying to outrun fate. But can you ever really escape who you are?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what's so brilliant about Red Dead Redemption 2 is it doesn't give you easy answers. It makes you feel it, work through it, just like Arthur.
And that's what elevates it beyond just another action game, right?
Right.
It's a story about self-reflection, trying to reconcile the life you've lived with the person you want to be.
Absolutely. And that's something we can all relate to, right? Even if we haven't robbed a train or two.
We've all made choices we regret. Wondered if we're on the right path. It's universally human.
Red Dead Redemption 2. It takes these huge themes like survival, loyalty, morality, but grounds them in Arthur's struggle and his humanity.
Exactly. So, next time you're playing and you're galloping through the heartland, take a moment, look beyond the action.
Yeah. Pay attention to the quiet moments, the doubts, the introspection.
Because that's where Red Dead Redemption 2 truly shines.
It stops being a game and starts a conversation with yourself about who you are, the choices you make, and yeah, maybe even the possibility of redemption. You never know.